Hey, Moral Lions, happy Monday and happy Wacky Day. It is Wacky Day, the first day of our homecoming week. We hope that you are having a marvelous day. Tomorrow is going to be Pajama Day. So if you didn't get to dress up today, fear not. You can dress up tomorrow if you feel comfortable with that. We hope you have a lot of fun with these days, but please remember any of the things that you wear, we want to make sure that they do not interfere with your learning. It's important that we make sure that we are focused and on task and do the best learning that we can. For that reason, I'm going to take my wacky glasses off because they're really hard to do the announcements. All right, today we are welcoming Mrs. Hessler. She is subbing in music for Mrs. Stump, and Miss Jackson is subbing again for Mrs. Allen. Your lunch today in the cafeteria is yummy. It is corn dogs. And for breakfast tomorrow, a breakfast corn dog. How many of you wore coats to school today? It was a little chilly. It is a whopping 36 degrees outside, but it only feels like 30. So we definitely are entering that fall weather where we need to wear jackets. Your lunchtime temperatures will range between 56 and 60 degrees. So coats are not mandatory, but jackets are a good idea. If you do happen to take them off, please don't forget them on the playground. We need to make sure that we bring them in so that you have them for tomorrow morning because it will be cool again tomorrow morning. Our expected high is only going to reach up to 64 degrees. So please wear your jackets, stay warm and toasty, and enjoy this day. Hey, this is really exciting news. We have Miss Sorsha. She is joining us for the next, I want to say 9 weeks. She will be with Miss Armstrong in 4th grade. She is doing her student teaching. We are so lucky because we've had Miss Becky Joe and we've had Miss Anderson. They've been student teaching with us in the building, and now we have Miss Sorsha. We need to do our very best job to help them learn all the great things that go into an elementary school because they're getting ready. They're on their final descent of their teaching degrees, and pretty soon they're going to have classrooms of their very, very own. So we want to show them how awesome it is at Morrill so that when they go to their new classrooms, they will be excited to start and they will have tons of new ideas. And let's move on. What kind of days we have today? We have no birthdays actually for the rest of the month, but October will be starting very soon, so we'll get out our October birthdays. It is Good Neighbor Day. It's always a good idea to be a good neighbor. That could be as friendly as saying hello, keeping your area clean and neat, being kind, and just you got to be a good neighbor if you want other people to be good neighbors to you. And it is also Public Land Day. So it's a day that we want to get out and use our public lands that are free to us, maybe help clean up. Sometimes there are charities that do special things to keep our national parks and different places up and running because it takes a lot of money to keep those lands available to us. So it is Public Land Day. It is Monday, so we have some new rules. The first one is Rule 26, do not save seats. Right now, it's important we don't save seats because we don't want to hurt people's feelings by telling them they don't get to sit there because we're saving it for someone else. But we also have seating charts everywhere we go. And it's very important that we follow those seating charts. In fact, we need to know who is sitting by who in case people get sick. So this one is very, very important. Do not save seats. We have assigned seats in our building right now. Rule 27. Look away. If you ever notice a teacher is talking to someone or they're being disciplined, you don't want to look at them and watch them and eavesdrop on that conversation. If it were you who the teacher was talking to, you wouldn't want other people listening in on your conversation or watching you have that discussion with the teacher. So we need to show that respect and be a good neighbor by not listening in when the teacher's talking to someone else. Okay, Rule 28, contact me. If you ever have a question about your homework or if something's bothering you at school, contact your teachers or your principal or other grown-ups that are at school that you trust. Sometimes parents call and they're upset because we don't do anything, but if you don't tell us that something's going on, there's no way we can help you solve that problem. So when you need help, whether it's with homework or with a friendship issue, you need to let the adults know so that we can help you solve those problems. All right, Rule 29, ABCs of etiquette. We can talk more about this later this week, but really these are good manners. Making sure that you chew with your mouth closed, don't talk while you're eating, stay in your seat, use your napkin. There's all kinds of things. Using your silverware. Now today it's corn dogs, so you don't have to use silverware to eat corn dogs, but we want to use good manners. And we have the ABCs of etiquette. But Rule 30, every year I tell you this. This is one of my favorite rules. Goes along with being a good neighbor, but also it's just a very important thing that everybody, whether you're a kid or an adult, whether you're at school or at home or anywhere you go, Rule 30, clean up after yourself. Nobody wants to have to clean up after you. This includes cleaning the tables and making sure that we didn't leave trash on the floor, cleaning up around the garbage when you're using the restroom and you throw your paper towels away, making sure that the paper towels aren't all over the floor. It makes our school look better, and it keeps everybody feeling a little more safe. We need to keep things clean and tidy, so if everybody does their part, it really helps out. Speaking of cleaning up after yourself, I noticed a student last week. I had walked somebody to the restroom, and while I was standing there waiting, Adeline Patterson walked through. She was using the restroom and she came to start washing her hands, and before she started washing her hands, she looked around and she noticed that there were paper towels already all over the ground. She picked them up and she put them in the garbage, and she made sure that the garbage had plenty of room for more. She kind of stomped her foot in there to squish them down and make room for more throughout the day until the custodians had a chance to go through and clean the restrooms. So I appreciate that Adeline was a good neighbor. She didn't just pick up after herself, but she helped pick up after others. One thing we need to remember is the custodians work really hard to deep clean our room and to sanitize so that we can stay healthy as much as possible. So if we do our job by making sure that we clean up after ourselves, then they don't have to spend their time cleaning up little messes that we should be cleaning up on our own. All right, everybody, that is all I have. I hope you have a marvelous Monday.